Hey guys, Eric Sargent, General Manager at Ed Martin Toyota in Noblesville, Indiana, and today we're going to show off this beautiful 2021 Heritage Edition 200 Series Land Cruiser. Let's get started. Okay, so for starters, we're going to talk about the suspension. It has an OME BP 51 suspension with SPC upper control arms. Retain the BBS wheels. Tires are Toyo Open Country AT3. It's an LT285 7018. The rock sliders are the SLE LX570 form sliders. On the roof, we have a front runner, slimline 2 roof rack with the accessory camp table and a wind fairing. This wind fairing is not your typical installation. This particular owner wanted to make sure he had a light bar on the roof. So we have a 40-inch Rigid Industries single row Midnight Edition light bar. And you can't have the wind fairing and the light bar attached at the same time. So what we did is we created these four additional mounts that connect this wind fairing to the roof rack. And then whenever the owner wants to use the light bar, he can just simply remove this with 4 little screws that are located directly on top of this little L bracket that we made. Sitting on the front runner roof rack is a James Brood XL rooftop tent, and we went ahead and added 4 additional scene lights, 2 on the driver, 2 on the passenger. They are the dual color, so they are white in the middle, but they have a nice amber glow around the side, and they're mounted on a Descent off-road angle bracket. Kind of moving off to the back here, we wanted to make sure that we had additional lighting for reversing the vehicle at night. The plan was to add a 40-inch light bar that would go all the way around the back, but there really wasn't room because obviously you have your shark fin antenna that's located right there. So our other option would be to put a 40-inch light bar on the outside, and if we did that, then the spoiler would hit it when the hatch is open. Or if we put it on top, it would look kind of goofy if the rooftop tent was not on the vehicle. So what we did is we bought 2 20-inch Rigid Industries single row Midnight Edition light bars and mounted them here. And as you can see directly in the middle here, they don't touch the shark fin antenna, and it looks pretty cool. And you have almost the same light output as the 40-inch light bar. Coming over here to the side, we have I mentioned the front runner kitchen camp table accessory for the slimline 2 roof rack. So there's no cotter pin in here now, but if you push up on this, you can pull this bracket down, and then you can slide out your camp table. Always have that ready to go. Okay, so in the back of the vehicle, we went ahead and added additional cargo lights. The typical Wayland red-white combo with a triple rocker toggle switch. Also back here, we did add an additional power outlet for USBs. This is going to be off the auxiliary battery. So we have a USB-A and 2 USB ports located right here in the back of the vehicle. Okay, in the second row, we went ahead and added a drop-down DVD player for the kiddos. It does have a DVD player slot here, and if you want to stream a Fire Stick or an Apple TV, on the other side over here, we have a HDMI, an SD card, and a USB port. Also right down here underneath the center console for the rear passengers, we did add 6 additional USB ports, 2 USB-Cs on both sides, and 1 additional USB-A on each side. Okay, so moving on to the driver and passenger front seats. We added a couple of ZR Tactical MOLLE panels on both driver and passenger. Also added a dash cam right here. This is a Blackview Cloud 4K dash cam with all the accessories. Also added a 2-way remote start system. The remote start system that comes on 200 series was actually discontinued in 2018. So this is being a 21 Heritage. You couldn't get factory remote start. With that said, we did add the directed electronics 2-way communication remote start with a 2,000-foot range, and can be controlled via cellular through your phone and the directed app. Right here in the center console, we went with the BH 3D printed cup holder, a place for your phone, a couple pens or flashlights, as well as large and small cups or bottles. And then symmetrical to the start button, over on the passenger side, we have our additional gauge for our dual battery. This is a Red Arc dual voltage gauge with the amp meter. On the driver side steering column, we have 1 additional blank here. And we use this blank for a couple extra USB ports. So we have a USB-C and a USB-A outlet right there. And it also has a nice little glow ring around it. So if you wanted to try and use that at night, you wouldn't have to flip on a vanity light. And then over here on the passenger, or on the left side of the steering wheel, we have our auxiliary fuel gauge for the 12.5 gallon long range fuel tank, which we installed. And we also coated that in a Line X material before installation, just to have proper corrosion prevention. And a Red Arc Electronics Tow Pro Elite trailer brake controller. Also, while we're on the inside of the cab, we'll go ahead and mention too that we did install the Gamma VD center channel accessory tray. It retains full use of the center channel speaker. As you can see, it has the cutouts for the sound to get through, but it gives you additional mount points that you can use for additional mounts, maybe RAM mounts or various other mounts that you can think of. And while we're up here, we went ahead and installed some additional power. So you can charge those devices that may be on there, 2 USB-Cs and 1 USB-A. Okay, so right over here to the left of the steering column, where you have the like the Japanese toll card reader slot, we went ahead and reappropriated this particular space for the rear light bar that we wanted to control. We wanted to have it tied into the reverse circuit, but those lights are pretty bright, so that may be blinding to somebody at some point, even if it's in a parking lot. So we went ahead and put a triple rocker switch in. The middle position, it will be tied to the reverse lights. So if the car's in reverse, then they'll turn on. If you don't want that to be used, you can put it in the up mode. And the up mode is going to basically just pretend that it's not even turned on or hooked up. So we put it in reverse, it's not going to turn on the light bar. Middle position again, it will be tied into the reverse circuit, and then down, it's going to actually turn the light bar on. So it's hardwired on. So whichever one you want to have it on, manual on, manual off, or just have it in auto mode with the reverse trigger, you have that functionality via that triple rocker switch located right here. Okay, so all these accessories are controlled by a Switch Pro 9100 mounted in the sunglasses holder. We have 8 switches that we're using here. We have our air compressor, our rock lights. We have 4 additional scene lights, 2 for the left, amber and white, and then 2 for the left, amber and white. And we have our roof light bar and our grill light bar. So all those are controlled with the Switch Pro right there in the sunglasses holder. Okay, so in the front, we added a couple extra accessories. We have a Trail Tailor hidden winch mount with a worn winch, finished off with a Factor 55 fair lead and a Factor 55 ultra hook. We also added a light bar. This is a Rigid Industries dual row, or 2-row, Midnight Edition light bar behind the grill. And this is the stock Heritage grill. We have the ZR Tactical billet aluminum accessory hooks, Baja Designs amber fog lights. Okay, so now that we're under the hood, we'll go over a couple things. First, we have the Wayland red white lights right here, the same lights that we have on the cargo area. Of course, ARB twin air compressor. This is mounted on the SLE Off-Road stainless steel air compressor mount bracket. On the passenger side of the vehicle, we have a auxiliary battery. This is a Group 35 Odyssey Extreme AGM battery. It's mounted via a SLE Off-Road stainless steel auxiliary battery tray. And then noteworthy, on the left of the battery, we also have an Anderson connection for a solar blanket or a solar suitcase or any kind of solar panel. One thing that we did a little differently on this particular build, instead of mounting the BC-DC charger to the battery or close to the battery, we've actually moved it back a little bit behind the airbox. We are using a stainless steel accessory tray by SLE Off-Road. This is just a general bracket that you can use for anything that you can think of. And what we thought of is to mount the DC-DC charger. And so we're using the Red Arc BC-DC Alpha 25B. This particular BC-DC is similar to the other ones of past, but it has the ability to link it to your phone via the Red Vision app. So there is a Bluetooth module that's built into it. You can pair it to your phone, and then you can monitor state of charge of the battery. You can also monitor charging, whether you're charging through solar or you're charging through alternator or whatever. You can actually see that on in real time on the Red Arc Red Vision app on your phone. So again, to pair it to your phone, it's just literally pressing a little button behind here and then putting it into pairing mode, and you're good to go. So this is a very nice upgrade in terms of BC-DC charging, and we like the location because it's kind of out of the way. We didn't have to make a proprietary special bracket either because it just fits on here just so perfectly. But as you can see, we've also got additional busman fuses right here for our air compressor, Switch Pro, and the BC-DC. We have our Switch Pro brain controller located right here, and we have an additional fuse block right here for our additional auxiliary fuel pump for our long-range tank, as well as our roof light bar, as well as our hood lights, and a couple other accessories that we have mounted right here underneath them. So that's a wrap on this 21 Heritage. Let us know what you think in the comments below. If you have any questions or comments, we'll do our best to respond, and please like and subscribe to the channel for future Land Cruiser content.